Welcome back, my little recusants, to another episode of our Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age 100% guide. We are just flying into Bhujerba to rescue Penelo for Bosch to meet up with the Marquis, as the Marquis had declared him dead after Princess Ashelia of Dalmasca was assassinated. Or no, that he had assassinated the king and was killed, and then that Ashelia had died by her own hand, shall we say. But like, Bhujerba looks stunning. We love the like flyby beauty.
Easy.
No good, he's not here. Keep searching. This way.
You're a dead man. Don't forget it. And no names.
Of course.
I love Balthier. He's just so like to the point. He is like, you know, right, you're dead. Nobody call you Bosch. Nobody call anybody any names. Balthier's being hunted by the Imperials. So like, nobody say anybody's name. And how much are we betting our bumbling, blonde, well, silver-haired boy Vaan is going to mess
The
that
Lhusu
up?
Mines are just up ahead. Though, I do hear there's not much left there these days.
You're on your way to the mines?
I can't lie. When I first saw this character, I thought it was a girl.
Then please allow me to accompany you. I have an errand to attend to there.
What manner of errand?
What errand? I might ask the same of you.
Right. Come on then.
What?
Excellent.
Do me a favor and stay where I can keep my eye on you. Should be less trouble that way.
For us both.
So what's your name?
Oh, I'm Lamont.
Don't worry. I don't know what's in that mine, Lamont, but you're in good hands. Right, Bosch?
Oh, you idiot! Look at him, he's just fucking smiling. He's such like, "Auntie, good, I befriended the rich little boy." But yeah, so that's Lamont. But like, when I first played this, I was just like, get it, girl? Balance out this party. We only got one girlo in this. We need to like yin to this yang or whatever. But I know it's probably been a week for you guys, but like, if we just like recap back, we had an amazing cutscene where basically all the like political intrigue was kind of talked through, and you know, there's lots of things where it's like, are things as things as they appear to be. Basically, the king of the Marquis of Bhujerba. Oh, we get new spells! We get new spells for our White and Black Mage. We get Shall and Protect, the like go-to buffs of our synergist, and then we also get Blizzard for that lovely, what's the word? We get that for our lovely Black Mage as well. And that's where I'm like, are we going to use javelins? No, so just sell that shit. But yeah, this first little bit's going to be me basically wandering through the shops being like, is there stuff I can buy? But I'm just going to give you guys a little forewarning and a spoiler. But before I do that, I'm like, can you please give an out, like, and subscribe, please? If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I do lots of gaming content, 100% guides. I have lots of Final Fantasy stuff done. Maybe you'll give that a look, give that a favorable review. As I say, I have gotten all these trophies myself, and I've had a couple of, you know, fans of the channel basically write me in comments saying, oh, you helped me get the platinum, so I'm just super glad to be helpful, and hopefully you guys find this content fun and interesting. So, yeah, leave me a like and a follow, and, yeah, support the channel, please. It would be amazing if we could reach 250 That'd be great by the end of 2025. That'd be wonderful. So, you know, just start as you mean to go on. It's like we're finishing up 24. We have 155 subscribers. Let's make it to beyond that. The one crucial thing about the aerodrome is that there's magical mist, meaning we can't teleport places, which is just bullshit to lock us in, to be honest. But what you'll have also noticed that we went into the gambits, Lamont has very powerful curative magic. So if we wanted to go back and fight those cockatrices, or that cluckatrice, we would definitely win because we have a powerful white mage on our hands. But I'm basically like, no, do you know what? I could go into all these different gambit shops and these other bits and pieces, but we need to get to the Lhusu Mines because our girl Penelo is in trouble. But not really. What we're actually going to is that the Lhusu Mines is the best spot so far in the game where we're able to grind so good. We're able to get such good EXP. We're able to get very, very high chains. And chains are important, and I'll talk about that in a moment.
The Lhusu Mines, one of the richest veins in Ivalice.
Under Imperial Guard, no doubt.
Actually, no. With but few exceptions, the Imperial Army is not permitted within Bhujerba. Well, shall we proceed?
So yeah, it's like, alright Lamont, you're kind of fairly knowledgeable, my little nerd. But yeah, we're going to basically hop straight into another cutscene, so I'll let that play and we shall chat in a moment to decompress what revelations unfold.
You will forgive me for asking, but you are diverting the purest of the Magicite.
I can assure you it reaches Lord Vaan most discreetly.
Ha! You wear your saddle well.
Be that as it may, I have no intention of being bridled, Your Honor.
Then you prefer the whip? Stubbornness will see not only you broken, Excellency, but Bhujerba as well.
Halim Ondor IV, the Marquis of Bhujerba. The Marquis served as mediator at the negotiations of Damascus' surrender. It would appear that he is somewhat less neutral now.
They say he's been helping the resistance.
They say many things.
You're certainly well informed. Who did you say you were again?
What difference does it make? We have to find Penelo.
And Penelo is your...
She's a friend. She was kidnapped and taken here.
Oh, there's so much, and we're in the Lhusu Mines, which, by the way, the music is so good. It's like all suspenseful with the little woodwinds and trumpets being doodle-doo, doodle-doo, doodle-doo. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's just beautiful. Anyway, let's like talk about this, okay? Because, again, the Star Wars references, but we have to talk about it. So, like, we're in Cloud City. You know, we're in a city in the clouds. And Lando Calrissian is basically like, listen, we are diverting Magicite to Vaan. We are giving the Empire the stuff that they want. And the judge is basically like, man, you do wear your saddle well, as in, like, you are being ridden like a horse by these absolute, you know, Imperial dogs. You know, and he then goes like, well, listen, I'm not here to be, you know, bridled. I'm not going to, like, submit total control and be steered. You know, it's like, you guys are hopping onto our minds, that's fine. But, like, I'm still having, you know, some control, even though, you know, with our boy Bosch being alive, it's like, actually, you were kind of gagged. You were literally gagged into, like, you know, well, putting forward, like, I suppose the hush, the negative propaganda and stuff like that. So that's messy. But yeah, Lamont seems to know like loads, and then as well as that, Lamont's there like, oh, there's a girl, Penelo, like, and she's your what? And it's like, girl, not you like sniffing after Vaan like 10 seconds after meeting him. Ugh. Girl, come on. Like, ugh, this was wild. And then again, when I was much younger, I was like, oh, is like Lamont like trying to hit on Vaan? Is he kind of like trying to check if like Vaughn's single or whatever? And I'm like, who knows, maybe he's still doing that. I'm not going to say that he can't, you know, but yeah, there's a lot of mystery surrounding Lamont. And I suppose, why does he even want to come here? Like, it's not exactly like a tourist spot. But we're getting close to the area, but not quite, because what you'll notice is we're fighting skeletons but intermixed with bats. And basically on the next bridge over, so we're on the first bridge here, the next area is another set of tunnels, and then the area after that is another bridge. And on that bridge, only and exclusively only skeletons spawn. So that allows us to basically gather a massive chain together. And what you haven't really seen from this is that when you've seen some where after you get a couple of kills, they start dropping the little pouches with collectibles. But as you continue a chain, the collectibles get more and more bombastic. They become like bronze, then silver, then gold, then like massively gold. And they just, you know, develop and develop the higher your chain is. And what we're going to take advantage of is we are going to be going to the next bridge over and grinding exclusively on skeletons. Now, how does this all work? Basically, the chain will continue to happen so long as we do not kill an enemy of a different species. So if we are killing undead skeletal enemies, we have to still kill and continue to kill undead enemies. So we have now killed, we had no chain going forward there, but the chain will stay in effect so long as you do not touch a saved crystal. So this is where HP management and MP management are going to be really important going forward, because we actually cannot go all the way back to the saved crystal or we will lose our chain. But now we have 2 chains of undead enemies, and they're already dropping bone fragments. Now, what I basically decide, because I'm going to cut out a good bit of the grinding, but essentially, what I decide after a while is I'm going to try and get 99 bone fragments and 99 helmets, because you're able to, their rare drops is bronze helmets. And you'll see that I'm holding Flea. We need to hold Flea to deactivate all of their gambits and just have the AI party members, you know, run past the other enemies. Because the other exploit of this is, if we go back 2 zones, so if we go back to the tunnel and then back to the other bridge, we've moved 2 zones, no more than our Kingdom Hearts Let's Plays. Once you move away 2 zones, the enemies start to respawn. And so if we run 2 zones back and then return to here, all of these skeletons will continue to, you know, be here. And the one thing about these skeletons is that they are up to 45 to 50 skeletons, something crazy high like that. So you're able to generate a chain that's very high very quickly because they're exclusively undead on this bridge. And there's no spawning of bats, there's nothing that can potentially break your chain. So this is a great area to just grind in. And you'll notice as well, you're getting about 100 EXP, like 93 EXP, which like isn't a small amount. Now what you'll notice is that I actually turned off his Cura spell in his gambits. But Cura is an AoE heal, so it does way more healing than Cura, or than regular Cure, but it does it to anyone within a radius. So like it's actually a much more lucrative spending of MP. And a little trick here is that if you actually cast Cura on a really powerful undead enemy, it will do an AoE damage attack. And as you can hear from the fanfare, one of our party members leveled up, and that's great, obviously. But basically, as we're moving around, the more higher your chain, the more likely they are to drop items and weapons and armors. So the higher the chain, the more likely you're going to get stuff from it. But as well as that, when the items start getting tiered, so right now they're still tier 1. They're just appearing in these little, you know, sacks of loot, right? When you get to the next tier, they start becoming these little silver pendants. And then they become bronze pendants and gold pendants, you know? And basically, the more powerful these drops become, they start also giving bonuses like big boosts of regenerating MP, boosts to HP. They might even drop particular powerful spells. Like basically, when we skip ahead in a little while, we're going to end up seeing Vaan and the party having things like Protect and Shell on them, even though we don't have a White Mage that can cast those spells. But essentially, I stay a very long time here. Like, I am leaving this like quarter of an hour in just to show you the rotation. But like, I stay here a long time. Like, I stay here a very long time because it's just worth it. Like, look at us. We're powering up through levels. So it's decent EXP. Let us not forget we're also getting license points as well, which is another massive bonus to this. It's like, you know, we're getting decent EXP, we're getting tons of license points, and we're getting items that we can sell back. And basically, ladies and gents, the next episode is essentially going to be us at the end of this massive grind. And as I say, if you want me to put in like an unedited 20 minutes of me just doing this grind and selling the initial few bits and pieces, I can leave like a bigger area of this all in. That's no problem. But as you can see, we've hit 18 and now there's been a dramatic thing saying chain level. That means that our loot drops are now going to be augmented. So now we're going to start seeing things get into these little silver drops, and now we're getting little HP recovery. And yeah, so this is basically all it is. We're going to just be going along and along and along. And now that we get into the like hundreds, etc., you know, it just becomes better and better and better. And what's also really interesting is only Bosch can pick up these items. Your NPC party members cannot interact with these collectibles. But as you can see, Lamont needed that Cura gambit, because we actually nearly all fell down at this point. Like, Fran is doing her best to stay upright. She's like, girl, I'm trying, just get rid of these skeletons, they're too strong. But as you'll see there, with Lamont gone, we also end up getting more EXP. So once we start getting stronger, at which point like it can actually just end up being Lamont with one other character, and then you can still get tons of EXP in relation to your chain, and you're basically able to level up your characters on an individual basis, that they're getting levels quicker and quicker, or at least it feels quicker when it's not being divided across 4, you know. But as you can see here, the number 28 was like glowing, and so once we get to our 30th there, it's going to be another chain level, do you see? And now it's going to become, again, the item drops are going to become more useful and more rare, see? So that's basically all we're doing. But as I say, if you have it just be when we get to like 18 and 19, we could still just have Lamont and one of the characters in, and the EXP is only divided by 2 characters, so they level up even quicker. And the funniest thing is that Lamont can't be taken out of the party. He is a guest, so he's stuck here. So his level is just always going up, no matter who's in the party. So he actually becomes incredibly powerful, as we'll see when I cut ahead. But the whole thing is just run up and down this bridge. Like, you might think, oh, we're all done, and then you run a bit further down and it's like, oh, there's actually like 5 more skeletons. Okay, that's great. Now, the one annoying thing is that we have a situation where we end up with slow on our character, and you're just gonna have to wait for that to wear off because we don't have a White Mage. Like we have Lamont, but he doesn't have Asuna. So we just have to plow on without, you know? But I love it when we get to like this part of the game because we're getting levels super quick. We're gonna have like tons of license points. But as well as that, like we know we're here to rescue Penelo, so it's not a massive spoiler to say that Penelo will eventually rejoin our party. Like we've given her a license board, we've spent points on her. But a bit like Bosch, when somebody arrives, oh sorry, I'll just explain this. This is where we have our massive chain. We have to hold the flee button so we don't accidentally kill something as we're leaving. Because if we kill a bat or some other non-undead creature, we don't get our situation. So this is me just resetting the room, running back, holding the flea, so we can go back and kill another 60 or so undead. But what I will say is, we do get an achievement, and we do get a bunch of achievements. I might just splint them there along this grind, but essentially you get an achievement for getting a 50 chain. So that's pretty great. So that will happen if you do this here. And this is where, you know, this is some older JRPG stuff. It's like if they're not in your party, they're not getting levels. So I had to put Fran away, and we're basically going to have Bolt here. But essentially, what the real kind of golden number is, if we're able to have 3 in a party, that is Lamont and 2 others, I think you get about 100 and something XP per kill. And therefore, if you're getting like chains within the hundreds, you then know you're getting like 1,000 and something. Sorry, you're getting tens of thousands of the XP. Yeah, because 10 100s is 1,000. Yeah, so Jesus, maths. But as I say, and this is where when you're getting this high volume of license points, like when you kind of know you're going to sit down and get hundreds of kills, sell off hundreds of, you know, sell off 99 items and things. Like my goal is to load in next episode, we have all the monographs. Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of the goal here, was to not go any further in the Lhusu Mines until we have all of the late game monographs. And that just means as we're going through all these different areas and fighting new enemies, we have every opportunity to collect all of these different rare items and rare drops. But as you can see here, we're like just looking along and trying to sort out our gambits for Vaan, and, you know, go along and go, oh, ninja swords, actually, that'd be pretty cool. So I'm going to try and save up for that 65 item there. But as I say, we have Bolt here as well. He's only level 9, so watch how quick he's going to level up now. And then I'm like, oh, can I try and like set Cura? And I'm like, Liam, they're not even spawned, like, get a grip. But as I say, we got how many kills the last time? And then I'm like, oh, let's like White Magic, the like really healthy one. And then you can like have an AoE nuke to the undead, you know? But essentially, right, we've had 40. So you can basically get around 40 kills in a go, right? And you can basically top yourselves up with these loot drop bags and everything. But once you get a chain to around 50, you get a trophy. And basically, we just keep going and keep going. Collecting our license points, collecting dark stones, collecting bone fragments. And like all of these different items are going to be sold for massive money to buy us our monographs. But what I was saying was that we know that Penelo's going to be returning, so it's going to be super nice when she returns that she's going to have just hundreds to spend, so she's not going to feel underpowered. Which obviously is lovely, whereas cause I remember doing the grind in Final Fantasy X, and the next thing, Kamari was just super far behind because he wasn't in the party. Whereas with this, it's like, if they're not in the party for story reasons, they just get all the stuff they would have earned off camera. Same thing with Yuna. Nice. But I'm just going to pop up on the screen all the different trophies you could have gotten. And essentially this is us now around level 11. So I'm like, yeah, we got Balthier up a few levels. Let's just leave Vaan alone. And then we can have the others get their levels as well. But right now I'm looking to actually get this red spiral. And that's basically a limit attack. Like Spiral Cut in 10 or whatever, an overdrive. And I'm just getting gambits for Balthier. The why I couldn't tell you, but I guess I think our boy needs gambit slots for items. Maybe I don't know. But our girl Fran, she is getting all of the light armor. She is going to be dripped out in that, you know, rabbit chic. Whenever we get new items, then we're going to get her that bling, get her that accessory. You know, I don't know where she wears earrings, because it's the very, very tip of her bunny ears. I'm not one to know or ask, but however she wears it, she'll be a fashionable queen. And yeah, we're just gonna basically look along and be like, okay, our next level is in like 2,600. So if we were in a party of only 3, that's just 26 kills. That's one cycle. That's just one cycle of all these enemies and stuff. So, you know, and again, just showing you here is where we want to stay. And then I get like paranoid because I'm like, oh my god, look, there's like another bridge. There's like another bridge to the other side, to the right hand side of the map. So I'm like, how do we get there? But a bit like the mines of the Mimic Queen, we can come back here and explore more, but they definitely lock off certain areas so we don't accidentally go there when we're underpowered, even though we're specifically staying here to get completely overpowered. And as I say, I'm holding on to that flee button for dear life because I'm like, I am not losing a near, you know, 70-something streak, you know? But yeah, that's pretty much it. We just go back and forth, go to this area, take out the enemies. You'll see a massive stat jump there. It's because we're now with our chain into the 100s, 150s. But yeah, you can see all the other trophies that we get. One for like using techniques, you know, a certain number of times, using magic a number of times, using attack a number of times. We've already gotten that one, but you know, you'll get these from just the grind, and it's just handy out. And now we have the case where, oh, we can like get our first limit attack with Vaan, and then we can get those ninja swords. And then we just have a little bit more license work with the other characters. And we will see you the next episode, which will kind of skip ahead a good bit of the grinding. But we'll also show you, you know, the selling of the gear and the equipment and buying some of the monographs, but maybe not all. But just know that I'm literally cutting out hours of grinding. And as I say, if you want to have like a 40-minute just big section of that grinding done, and we can just chill and have the chats and just go through my favorite characters and what I think of the story so far, we can 100% do that. But just know that I am super hyped that we're kind of getting to the stage in the series where we just get absolutely just swole. We just get so much EXP and license points and everything else that we are just able to take the world by storm. But that's been me. I've been the RPG Recusant, and you've been wonderful for sticking with me this far. Hope you have a good evening, morning, or afternoon whenever you're watching this video, and I'll chat to you next time. Have a good one.